one of my absolute favorite series of custom keyboards, the Neo CU series. It focuses solely on the essence of custom keyboards. So far we've seen the 75%, 65%, and today I have with me the 80%. 80%, otherwise known as TKL, is one of my favorite layouts when it comes to custom keyboards. Let's say we're not talking 80% in 80%. We're not talking about Hall effect, we're not talking about gaming. We're just talking about custom keyboards and using keyboards as the base purpose. So anyway, let's get started with the unboxing. It's the usual experience, all within a simple carrying case. Accessories packed neatly in bags, and the case comes in a nice little dust bag. So here's a quick rundown of what's included. A screwdriver, a braided USB-C cable, keycap and switch puller, 2 versions of pour-on gaskets, a wireless receiver, rubber feet in 2 colors, silicone gaskets, and a set of stabilizers. Now onto the plates. I have 2 plates with me today. When you purchase a kit, you will only receive one unless you buy one as an add-on. I have the PP plate and aluminum plate. And for the PCB, there are a few different options, but the one I have is the standard NC hot swap triple mode PCB. If you're looking for an ISO layout or you're looking for soldered, they do provide those options. They also do have a wind keyless layout as well. Now on to the main star of this whole video, the case. Just get ready, it's a lot. They have 9 different colors available, and this is the one I have. As I'm filming this, the name of the color hasn't been decided yet, but hopefully it gets highlighted when the video is edited. So let's start from the top. We have an anodized finish that comes out really nicely. We have a nice main, why do I keep saying main? Oh, the main design aspect of the top frame is the star ring accent light. It's crafted from aluminum alloy with a triple edged finish and has a small stainless steel piece with a mirror finish that surrounds it. It legitimately looks like a piece of jewelry. And usually I'm pretty confident in my videography skills, but I feel like this time around I couldn't do it justice. No matter how many shots, whatever I tried, different lighting, different angles, in real life, this star ring accent light looks so much more elegant and premium. But anyway, moving on to our side view, we have a contrast between our top and bottom cases. They merge really well seamlessly with nice gentle curves. And this also helps create a really elegant silhouette from the back view as well. Speaking of the back, we also have our weight that extends up to our USB port area. This creates a nice blend of 3 different materials: aluminum, stainless steel, and copper. And you might not get copper, you might have brass. And of course, on the back itself, we have our stainless steel weight and copper bottom housing. It's just so beautiful. And beyond the aesthetics, the copper bottom housing that I have with the stainless steel weight creates so much heft and weight. This board comes out at 4.5 kilograms. Yes, 4.5 kilograms, 10 pounds. And because of how dense it is, I can barely lift it with a hand. So the first build is a must-have for the foam enjoyers, so we'll be using plate and case foam for that. I can't bring myself to use PE foam for this build. Afterwards, we'll have 2 foamless builds with different switches and different mounting options. So those are the 3 different builds. So let's start with build number 1. The case itself is held together by 6 screws. There is no ball catch system, which is ideal because we're looking for a foamless build, and having the ball catch system might cause vibrations that we do not want in the case itself. So having screws is the safest option to go, safest way to go. Starting with the PCB that I have, a little more details on it. It's a 1.6mm thick, no flex cuts, 5-pin hot swappable sockets, no per key RGB, and we have the magnetic daughter board connector at the back as well. Now for the foam, we have our standard set of foam, the PE plate and case foam. The foam kit is not an add-on, it's included in every single kit. So for those of you who still prefer configuring with different foams with boards, what the hell am I saying? So it's still available for those of you who prefer trying out different configurations. Now for mounting options, we have a silicone gasket mount and a pour-on gasket mount. For the first build, I'll be using the silicone gasket mount. It's pretty standard, it goes right onto the PCB and sits nicely into the case. For the switches, you already know what switches I'm going to use. It's the KeyGeek Y2s. It's one of the deepest sounding switches I have tried ever. And to finish off the build, I'll be using PBD Fans Emma, a set that I figure would complement the case really well. Dark green modifiers with a more creamy color on our alphas. Here's how build number 1 sounds. First things first, this build is not for me. The foamed up build is not my preference at all. The sound profile comes out really muted and really soft, and I feel like if you are interested in going for a foamed up build, you might want to consider either using louder switches or maybe you can try out using that PE foam. I think adding the PE foam would add that marbly sound profile onto the board and create a louder noise. Now on to build number 2, we're building it the way many would prefer to if they had a CU series board. So clacky is something that is really easy to achieve. Just remove every single piece of foam that is in the board itself, maybe replace it with some clackier switches, and you have achieved clack. But clack is not about achieving the clackiest, it's about achieving the cleanest clack. Doing it well, basically. Which is why the case itself is so important. The weight itself of the board is also really important, and I believe this doesn't have an issue with that. 4.5 kilograms is no joke. And on top of the pure heft of this case, the acoustic chamber helps minimize any hollowness and unwanted sounds. So the ATCU case is, as the kids say nowadays, decked out. I think. I don't know what people say nowadays. It's a very precisely designed aluminum plate for the ATCU, and specifically the spacebar. They added this spring-like structure in the spacebar area which helps eliminate the harsh typing feeling. And on top of that, they also added chamfers to every switch hole, which makes switch installation a lot easier. So the switches I use for build number 2 are the KeyGeek Serras. It's a really light switch, it's really clacky as well. Now for the mounting itself, I'll be trying out the pour-on gaskets. They actually integrated the traditional pour-on gaskets back. We don't have to stick it on, we don't have to glue them at all. Instead, we have these special grooves in the housing to actually hold the gaskets in place, which is why 2 different sets are provided so you can swap them out and configure it to what you would prefer. So for build number 2, I used the longer pour-on gaskets, and here's how it sounds. One word to describe it, it's really clean clacks.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. It's really clean clacks.
Now for the mounting, I actually do prefer the pour-on gaskets over the silicone ones. It actually feels less stiff and a little softer. And for the spacebar, in terms of foamless builds, I think this might be my number 1 build for any keyboard I've tried. It's really good. Moving on to build number 3, it's actually pretty similar. I'll be keeping it completely foamless, but I'll be changing out the switches to the HMX Swift. The HMX Swift is also a clackier switch, but it has a slight pop to it, and I was interested to see how the board would sound. And at the same time, I'll be using the shorter pour-on gaskets to see if I can feel any difference. So here's how it went. Personally, I did prefer build number 2. I think something about the KeyGeek Serras just create a cleaner sound profile. And as for the pour-on gaskets, between the longer ones and the shorter ones, I couldn't really feel that big of a difference, so I'm not gonna go too much into it. And yeah, that is the new ATCU. I hope I managed to showcase it. In terms of visuals and performance, I think this might be Neo's best board of 2025. The visuals are really clean, the overall silhouette, the weight design, and the starring accent light, it all comes together to create this really elegant and premium looking board which we rarely see nowadays. At least I don't get a chance to experience them. And the performance itself, the weight 4.5 kilograms, the foundation, the structure, the acoustic chamber, and the refined aluminum plate, I feel like they really improved on the CU series. You can really clearly see it if you go back to Neo 75 CU, look at Neo 65 CU, and then all the way come back to Neo 80. You can see this small little steps they took to improve it to reach where they are now. Now for the price, if you're looking to get the same specs as I have, it would be about $260 to $270, but the general range of the Neo 80 CU is $230 to $300 depending on the options you're picking. For what it's offering, I feel like it's justifiable. So if you're interested, I'll have it linked down below. Like this video if you enjoyed this video, comment your thoughts on the Neo 80 CU down below, subscribe if you enjoy my content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I don't know why I'm so bad at recording today.